Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Marshall, a community caster for Planetary Annihilation, and we haven't seen one of these this game. It's a lava planet, and yes, it's a planet. We're not playing on a flat map here, we're playing on a planet. A little bit harder for you to get your head around, perhaps. You get used to it very quickly. Trust me. What do we got? So, we've got yellow here, Corgiarmy, currently 2-1 up in a best of 5 series. Down here in blue, we got Dreadnought, currently 1-2 down in a best of 5 series. Commanders spawn in first, and they are the most important unit. You lose your commander, that's it. Generally speaking, you're knocked out of the game, unless you're in a particular Team Armies game where you've got multiple commanders in the same team. And you have multiple lives, as it were. But in this 1v1, the commander is your target. How do you kill the commander, you may ask? You build factories, like these, to build units. These, and builders like these, to build resource structures like these. To attack, like this. To end up killing, like we can't see at the moment. And that's all managed by a couple of resources, metal and energy. Metal you can see on all these green dots around the map. Oh. Hello. Ignore that for a second. We've got a unit drop about to occur. An Inferno drop, no less. This is Dread being meanie poos. Look at that, Inferno into the base. Kills off a resource extractor early doors. Dreadnought is pulling no punches here. But yeah, so you've got a streaming economy. It's income versus expenditure, not stockpiling, as it were. No. Oh, I've got 300 of this. I'm going to build a unit that costs 50. So I've now got 250 of this. Not really how it works. The more you spend, the more you eat into your storage. If you deplete your storage completely, you get a red number here on the top left, which plummets your efficiency, plummets your build speed, and gives your opponent a potential advantage. Of course, if you're not spending enough, these numbers go blue, because you could be spending more, the storage is full, you're still getting more in, and again, you could be giving your opponent an advantage. So you want to, green numbers are good, basically. If we're in green, we're good. Oh, Corgi, though, is doing an interesting tactic here. Pushing his commander forward, leaving his base a little exposed. Is Dreadnought going to try another drop? Because it would be kind of opportunity for him. It's a possibility. Don't really understand why he's pinged there. I don't know. But Corgi is using a tactic known as commander pushing, using his king piece out on the front lines to try and win some ground here. He's going to force an engagement with this commander. Unbelievable scenes. What is this game? Kills off some builders. The docks are free to run in. This army here, Dreadnought's army, trying to stem the flow of reinforcements with these strikers up the back. But now Dreadnought has to answer this with his own commander, and we're about to experience what we call a commander boxing match, or comboxing, where you're basically close quarters with these guys. They have an area of effect cannon, the Uber cannon, which is like a blue explosion-y thing, which is handy when dealing with this sort of stuff. But right now, I don't know, Corgi needs to adapt his build because, well, there are other units that are best suited to dealing with commanders. What has he done? He's just running away now. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, let's think about what he's done here. He pushed in, he killed a load of units, and he killed early game resource generation, which has put him in the lead somewhat. Look at that. Excuse me, hiccups. Top left, you can see the metal income, which is the hexagon there. Was advantage Corgi for a moment, because he'd pushed in and he'd knocked Dread right off there, but Dread is expanding in other directions, which is good for him. Corgi's not doing that. He's getting harassed on the other side. He's dealt with that, but he's not expanding in other directions, and this game is all about constant expansion and constant building. Build bigger, better, faster, and more stuff. Basically what you want to be doing. Exponential growth, what you want. So you start off with just your commander, you build a couple of factories and builders, which build you more stuff, which build you more stuff, and so on and so forth. Here we go again, another commander push. What have we got in the mix this time? A load of arcing fire units now. So walls that Dreadnought has put up to defend his commander are completely out of the question, because we can just arc straight over them. So even if he's ready for a commander boxing match right now, he's not ready to deal with these units. So even with one artillery placement, he's not ready to deal with this. Corgiarmy, on the other hand, is precisely ready to deal with this. Look at all of this stuff. Absolutely outrageous. He's attacking on multiple fronts, forking as they would say in chess. Absolutely demolishing. And of course you'll notice what I'm doing here is I'm zooming in and out to see more of the battlefield at any time. You can do that as a player as well. You zoom out, you get your icons, you can control from there. And look at this, we've got boom bots, the suicide bots. Are they going to get the commander killed right here, right now? Oh, it's going to be close. He survives that onslaught, but he will not survive a commander 1v1 now. Down he goes, and blimey. That was a different sort of game from what we've seen so far in this tournament. Corgiarmy, 3-1 to Corgi. Takes the best of 5 and goes through to our final against Nicola MX. Nicola MX is one of the best players of PA in the game. That's going to be something to see there, folks. Some really good play we're going to see in the next game. Don't go anywhere. Marshall here. I'm a community caster for PA, Planetary Annihilation. And yes, we're playing on planets. No flat maps in this RTS. It's all 360 degrees. Currently, we are watching the first game in a best of 5 series at the end of a community championship series that has been going on for this entire month. We're watching Nicola MX, one of the top-rated players in the game, in blue, sporting his Beast Commander as a reward for completing the 1v1 ranked mode as first place. And Corgiarmy, who we've been watching since the beginning. Well, for a long time, not since the beginning. We didn't watch him in the first games. But anyway, he's just fought against Dreadnought in a best of 5, winning 3-1 to get here. These commanders that these players both have are your king piece. They are trying to kill the other player's commander. That's how you win. Your commander is blown up, you're out. How do you kill the commander? Well, you build armies and factories. You build factories with resources and armies with resources. Then you go and attack. Resources in this game, though, are metal from these metal extractors here, and power from these buildings that you can place anywhere. All the green dots as I zoom out into our strategic view are our metal sites. It's the only places where you can build metal, and of course this is an income versus expenditure resource system, a streaming resource system. It's not a single purchase, as it were. And let's have a look at what's going on here. These players have spawned opposite each other here. They've started there. They're expanding down the coast here, between the coast and the cliffs. And what Nick is doing in blue is he's sending off some pretty cheap throwaway units here, which are pretty good at raiding early game. They can pick off some fabricators, builders as it were, and do a lot of damage that way. If you pick off some early builders, which are denoted by the cross on the icon there as I zoom in, you can kind of see them wandering around there. You can pick off some of these guys early doors, it's a really big win for you. Most players try and get some form of sniping doing that. And what Nick's doing is he's got a scout plane here. We go from his point of view, we can see what he can see. He can see a lot of Corgi's base here. He can see where fabricators are and where they are not, and exactly what Corgi is building. He can see that Corgi has not built air, and he can see that he's going very docks heavy. Docks are these T1 assault bots. T1 or basic assault bots, which are built from basic bot factories. At a certain point in the game, you might want to build an advanced bot factory. It gives you more powerful bots. And Corgi's doing it again! No way is he doing it again! Last game against Dreadnought, Corgi pushed his commander and Nick can see it! He's aware! He knows exactly what's going on! He's going to respond to this. He's going to put up some mines. Look at this. This is dangerous for Corgi. Corgi doesn't know this is happening. This is really dangerous for Corgi. Nick is completely aware that this is happening. He's gonna... What is he? He started his T2 very, very early. His advanced factory there. To surprise this Corgi commander as a result of his pushing. He's going to punish it big time here. He's going to let the commander walk into some mines. That one's not finished, so it might not explode. It won't. And then the commander's now opened up. Nick probably is going to start transitioning to some suicide bots, I would imagine soon. Boom bots, if you will. Oh, look at this. The Icarus coming in. There's no air support. They can just whittle down those armies. Unbelievable. And Corgi now, stuck in the middle of a forest, can't build defences quick enough because the forest is in the way. It's in the way. And now Nick is firing in. He's built some walls ready. And this is a good set of wall placements here from Nick. Wall, no wall. Wall, no wall. Wall, no wall. That allows units to stream through rather than having to go around the outside. Around the outside. Around the outside. This is Lightning doesn't strike twice, Corgi. You're not going to win with this tactic against Nick. I mean, no way. Did he think this was going to work? This is comboxing. Once again, we see it. Nick there with the commander retreating, allowing all of his arcing grenadiers to shoot forwards. Corgi has to retreat. He doesn't have the army to deal with this, but it's still coming in with reinforcements. Nick there can't keep pushing. Corgi's commander has to worry about what's going on, but in come the Icarus from Nick. These air units here, these Icarus, are just picking off the army. They can pick off the builders here. All they need is a single vehicle factory building spinners. These ground-based anti-air units here, and Corgi gives up. He realised he made a mistake. And he's gone. And as quick as it started, it finished. Game 1 of this best of 5 goes to Nick. Why was Nick in such an advantage there? Well, he saw what Corgi was doing. Let's go into our chronocam here. You can use this if you're playing, watching or whatever, live game or afterwards, to go back and see what was going on. So let's have a look. From Nick's point of view, what did he do? He saw the commander. He saw that it was pushing. He saw no air being built. So he knew that he could just build aggressive air rather than worrying about air-to-air interception. Hence constantly building these raiding Icarus lightning planes here, if you will. So he responded to that. He responded early to a commander pushing up. These mines probably did some work with some reinforcements at some point. He then moves his commander up, starts reclaiming trees to set up some walls just in case. He converts So the arcing shots of grenadiers, anticipating walls being put up by Corgi in advance. In comes the air there, not getting too close to the commander because the commander has some anti-air capabilities. This is the entire battle from Nick's point of view here. He thinks, okay, I'm going to push. You don't have that much. Okay, here we go. Here we go. From the back, he doesn't see a whole lot. He's got his Icarus there, ready to push across. He thinks, okay, I need some scouts. Let's go and have a look at what's going on. The commander's there. He sees an army moving around. You think, okay, now I can see you, and I can see that you're in a big old line. Nick then spreads his units out into a relative line, keeps eyes on that commander, keeps whittling down damage onto that commander, sees that Corgi's being a bit aggressive, pulls back his commander a little bit, moves his army in. In comes the Icarus from the back to try and stem the flow of units to allow Nick to keep pushing forwards and take out that commander. Like I said, Nick is one of the top-rated players in the game, and this just goes to show why. Very swift reactions to what was being thrown at him. He is very good at this game. Down goes Corgi.